The Minister of Education says it's a devastating loss, and extra attention needs to be paid when dealing with special needs children. In an interview with him this afternoon, Fonseca spoke more on the impact of this tragedy.
I think in any society, one of our greatest duties or greatest responsibilities is to care for the most vulnerable citizens or most vulnerable citizens. And that's usually our children and the elderly. And in this case, with little Pablo, he was, of course, also, apart from being a 5-year-old child, he was also a special child, a child with special needs, a child with autism. So we have a special duty of care for those children. So it's an absolutely devastating loss. And I want to, assure the Belizean people that, we're conducting, as you said, a thorough investigation into this matter, a full investigation. We're working along with the Belize Police Department as well. The investigating officer is Detective McLaughlin. And she joined me this morning at Stella Maris School, where I had an opportunity to meet with Pablo's mother, his grandmother, and his aunt. I will meet with his father and members of his father's family later today. But we had an opportunity to speak with them, to respond as best as possible to all of their questions and concerns, and to express our full support for them during this very, very, very difficult time.
While tracing the route that Pablo ran on Monday, we met former ex-fireman and BDF soldier Philip Michael Martinez, who says he has been running a taxi service for the past 20 years, catering specifically to special needs children. He says that a loss like this should have never happened if people were more aware of the needs and behaviors of autistic children.
I used to go pick up kids from their house, take them there at the gate, but when they get to the gate, then tell you, carry them inside. I take them to their class and carry them inside. When I go and pick them up back, I do the same thing. Go to their class, pick them up back, and carry them and drop them home. And I make sure somebody receive them when I get to their house. And I just let them go and let them go. No. So I feel the pain. I feel the pain of that. Because I tell you, if I was out here at that time, I'm a whole alley boy. Because I know they're not here alone by itself, no business out here by itself. So that's why I can't understand why people make them pass now. Once you have on a uniform, you know something wrong. Why people just leave him alone? And look, the saddest part, look. That's the saddest part, my brother. Somebody's supposed to take attention to that, man. I don't know how you guys see it, but I feel the pain of the parents because I know how I care kids, bring them back, deliver them. And I feel so sad.
It appears that there may be a gap in the educational and societal system, one that has unfortunately cost us a life. Educator Dr. Nelma Mortis gave us her analysis today as to how something like this could have happened.
Belize has a way of running into moral panic when things happen. We oftentimes speak, we're a very oral society, and we speak of things before it happens. And then it happens, and then we run into moral panic. And then we jump to the fact that, oh no, we have to react. We have to go and correct the situation. When many of us would have seen the situation occurring before it happened. That is something that we ought to be paying attention, move it culturally. The whole concept of special needs need a lot of resources. So that's one big issue. And that, when I say resources, I'm talking about human and otherwise, because even the facilities, even our schools, they were built long before we had any attention towards special needs. And now a child who may be in a wheelchair, the school needs to facilitate. Even in the primary schools, the ordinary primary schools, where are the protocols? What is the protocol? I get to understand just today, another parent told me she has an autistic child, and the uncle went for the child, couldn't find the child, and eventually they found him in another lot. But the whole concept was the child somewhat got blamed for his special needs. These are some of the things that we are living in a litigious society. And until one of us is being held accountable, we will put more interest into what needs to be done. But we have to bring back that village love. It is missing. That child wandered so far, and not even one of us could have subdue him for the moment and call for help. But these are the breakdown in our society. We are failing our children. And it's no blame game, because I heard an interview where the person was deflecting the problem to the society. No, it begins, you are responsible for that institution, and you have to make sure that your institution has a safety model that will protect all children.
And hopefully the ministry will be able to establish a more efficient module inclusive of not just young school children, but those with special and diverse needs as well.
So I want to, encourage the Belizean people to withhold judgment until we have a final report on this matter, because Stella Maris School is an excellent institution that has served the needs of our children with special needs for, literally decades, from the 1950s or so. So it has a very proud track record of excellent service. And we have very good, dedicated people who work there. So I want to assure everyone that despite this very tragic, sad incident, that Stella Maris will still continue to provide that very good service to that community and to our country.
Jo Marie Lanza, 7 News.